So, for example, and let's say that you have a need for a big improvement in your financial experience. Let's say that you need $10,000, and you need it now. So you can tell by the way we are presenting this that desire or idea is not coming out of your vortex right now. It's your awareness because of the trouble that you're in, let's say. Well, it is unlikely, in fact it's not going to happen, that $10,000 or $10 million, whatever the situation is not going to show up in your bank account today. Not under these conditions. It just is not. It's not ready to pop. That's a vibration not ready to turn to that thing, not now. So that condition is not going to change right now. And if you need that condition to change before your emotion changes, then you're in a cycle of things not getting any better, because you need it to change in order for it to change, but it's not going to change because you need it to change. In other words, you're conditional in it. It's not going to change. It's not going to change while you feel like that. You could feel more abundant about more things. You could find the emotion of that, and we want to call the emotion the unconditioned. We want to call it the feeling response, the response to your vibration. Here it is, back on that leading edge again. We want to call it, I hope you're enjoying this leading edge place. I hope you're up for it, because you're taking us to new places. You all right with it? You've been to enough of the old places that you're ready for some of these new places? So this unconditioned is born from your inner being, who is an unconditioned. Your inner being is an energy, not a body. Your inner being is thought, not words. Your inner being is unconditioned, not the manifestation, which is conditioned. You're following us? So if you can find the unconditioned, if you can find the unconditioned, if you can resonate with your inner being about this and find that unconditional alignment, then off you go. It's like when you get in your car, if there's no fuel in the car and there's no combustion in your engine, you can sit there and sort of turn the wheel all day long, but if you don't have the fuel in the car, you're not going to go anywhere. You can put the battery in your contraption, but if the battery doesn't have juice in it, you can turn the on and off switch all day long and push all of the other buttons, and nothing's going to happen. And so what we're talking about is hooking up to this energy stream, because right now your belief about that thing is part of the resistance that's on your path. So you can't think your way out of it. If you go to it and keep trying to figure a way around it with the beliefs that are there, all you do is add more, because law of attraction just adds more resistance to that.
If we were speaking of root beliefs, we would be talking about that which you know when you came forth. In other words, and your root beliefs from your inner being perspective are that the universe will provide, that you are worthy, that whatever you want will flow to you. In other words, that's the root belief that we are wanting to encourage you to reactivate, so that you can allow whatever you want whenever you want it. We believe that if your root belief were really that I have enough, then anytime you were able to conjure a new desire to do something new, that the means to fulfill that would come forth. And so if there are things that you want that the money is not flowing in order to fulfill, then you've got some tweaking to do on your vibration. We want you to tap into the root belief that says the universe has the ability to fulfill whatever desires my time-space reality conjures within me. So if getting by is what I'm focused upon, then there will be enough for that. If wanting a magnificent trip is something that I want, then the universe will provide that. And the way you get there is by reaching for the new thought and then talking yourself into comfort while you think it. You know, at many levels of your being, you know that good things should be flowing to you. Yes. So when something happens that is different than what you think you want, you've been adjusting your thinking back to match what's happening. And we want you to adjust your thinking out to what you're reaching for. There's a big difference between making yourself feel better. In other words, the emotion that you feel is always about the vibrational variance between where you want to be and where you are. And if you're out of balance, if there's a tug of war going on within you, then there are only two ways to bring yourself back into alignment. You've got to raise your expectation to match your desire, or you've got to lower your desire to match your expectation. And it feels to us that what you've been doing, and it works to a certain extent, is you've been making yourself feel better by saying, I always have what I need. I always have enough. We want you to start saying, wait a minute, I always have what I need, but I don't have everything that I want. And the universe doesn't just give me what I need. The universe gives me what I want. And so what's happening to you is you're just trying to cover that vibration of justification up with words, but your vibration isn't shifting, you see. Where when you get into alignment with what you want, the story that we have given, and we know you've heard it, it's one of our favorites, where if you have a little girl with you, she's in a department store, she's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, everything she sees, she loves and compliments. You just want to buy her everything.
Yes, I agree.
But if you have an ornery little girl that for some reason has discovered that she can't have something and she's whining and complaining that she can't have it, you can't get her out of there fast enough. You don't feel inspired to make her life better, you see. Those are natural inclinations, and the universe is not a human face that is depriving you of anything, and we don't mean to make it sound that way. The universe feels exactly that way about you. Anything that you want, the universe says, put it on my card. Anything that you want, anything that you want. There are no limits for you. Anything that you want. But when you are justifying your need for something, you are not in alignment with the resources of the universe. When you are in alignment with need, you are not in alignment with the resources of the universe. And I don't have to justify what I want by saying I need it. I get to want it, and the universe will show me that I'm justified enough.
You cannot prove your worthiness, because every time you try, you disconnect from everything that knows your worthiness. Every time you try to defend, you disconnect from everything that knows your value, you see. So now we want to say to you, you can't get out of this moment. You can't get out of this moment, but you've got a choice in this moment about the way you feel.